take off the Memorial Stadium with tonight's Futures League matchup featuring the Vermont Lake Monsters and your Norwich.
It's the second game of a 4-game homestand for the Norwich Unicorns. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside historic Dodd Stadium. I'm Adam Plager as we get you set for the Norwich Unicorns and the Vermont Lake Monsters here tonight. First pitch scheduled for 6:30 as we welcome you into the pregame show presented by SCR Sheds. Norwich 2-2 now through their first 4 games in the Futures League. They meet with the Vermont Lake Monsters. They interaction 3-2 through their first 5 games. These two teams, plenty of history between them. Norwich defeated Vermont in a winner-take-all championship in the 2023 Futures League Championship, and a season ago, after dropping the first game of the postseason right here at Dodd Stadium, Norwich never looked back. They did not lose again in the Futures League playoffs en route to their second consecutive Future League championship. Here tonight, Norwich eyeing win number 1 in front of the home crowd at Dodd Stadium. When we return on the pregame show, we're going to talk a little Kenny Noe. His bat white hot right now. He's in the midst of a 4-game hitting streak, and we'll talk with him as well. All of that coming up on the SCR pregame show.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Welcome back to the Norwich Unicorns pregame show presented by SCR Structures and Sheds. Norwich looking to get back on track here this evening as they meet with the Vermont Lake Monsters. Norwich fell short here on a Sunday afternoon, 6-2 to Westfield. As we take a look back at some of those highlights in the ballgame, Westfield struck for the first 5 runs in the ballgame. They got started in the second inning against former Starfile Daniel Cantafi. Cantafi forced to throw 24 pitches that inning. The Starfires collecting 3 different hits in that frame. They took a 2-0 lead. And then in the 5th inning against reliever Sean Connolly, they broke the game open. 3 more runs. They took a 5-0 lead. It was a strong start for Westfield starter Nathan Perog. He went 5 scoreless innings. He allowed just 5 base runners in the victory for Westfield. Daniel Cantafi suffered the loss in that ballgame, but Gabriel Rivera, he's staying hot right now for Norwich as well at the plate. He had the RBI single to get Norwich on the board after a hustle infield single from Aiden Stern. Gavin O'Brien later drew a walk as well. Some traffic on the base paths, but that would be it for the Norwich offense. Just 2 runs in that bottom of the 6th inning, and then the Starfires would tack on 1 extra in the 9th to take a 6-2 win. We're also talking a little Kenny Noe right now on the pregame show. He's in the midst of a 4-game hitting streak. Let's roll some of these highlights. No question about it. Kenny Noe, he has the answers right now for Norwich. This started opening day against the Westfield Starfires. Couple of singles against Westfield in that opening series. Inside out approach for him, and he's getting on base, staying within himself. And then let's flash you Friday. Home opener for the Worcester Bravehearts. He's roping this one down the right field line. Extra bases for Kenny Noe. Creating traffic on the base pass. He's not doing too much. Doing exactly what Coach Murphy, this coaching staff, wants to see out of him. And then right here on the home opener at Dodd Stadium, he is belting one. Another extra base hit for the Monmouth University product, Kenny Noe. He'll have the day off here this afternoon, but he has been a clutch performer right now in 2025. For more on Noe's hot start, here is what the Monmouth University product had to say heading into first pitch against the Vermont Lake Monsters here tonight. Joined alongside Unicorn infielder Kenny Noe. Kenny, let's go back to the start of the season. Hot bat for you right now to start the year. Mini 4-game hitting streak. What's the approach been for you right now?
Honestly, I just go up there looking to swing. I'm looking for a pitch over the middle of the plate, just trying to do damage, and I have confidence in my abilities that I can really hit anything. I'm a very confident person, and that's what you kind of got to do going out there on the baseball field. So just looking for something over the middle of the plate that I can do damage with.
The group right now trying to get back into the win column. How important is the start of the game to strike first here against Vermont?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like some crazy stat that I've been seeing that like a team who score first has a more higher winning percentage when they do score first. So if we can jump out early, first 3 innings, and like I like to call it, it's the game is split into thirds. So if you can win the first third and you can win the second third, the third should take care of itself.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you'll get a Vermont team, first of a 3-game series against this Vermont group. How important is it to get going right here at home in front of the home crowd?
Like from all the things I've been hearing, and then the other day when we had everyone here, like we always have a good crowd, and if we can get the crowd going, I think it only helps us. Crowd that's excited and wants to be here only makes us play better.
Coming out of Monmouth University in New Jersey, for you this summer season, what are some skills you're really trying to hone in on before you go back to Monmouth in the fall?
Honestly, just really working on my defense, my offense, just trying to put balls all over the place, showing that I can play at a very high level, and I think I very much can. I think I've proved that. But working on stealing bases, playing good defense, and just being an all-around player that can really impact the team is really where I want to be.
One last one for you. For Sea Unicorn fans that might not know you yet, what should they expect when they see you take the field here?
I think one thing that I kind of showcased the other day is I'm always for the fans. I signed a bunch of baseballs the other day. I'm always throwing out baseballs. I always want to be good to the kids because I was one of those kids a few years ago just asking for baseballs, trying to have a good time at the ballpark. So if you see me, come up to me, we'll say hi. And I'm a very outgoing person, so I'm always here for you.
Kenny, as always, thanks for doing this, and best of luck this week.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Welcome back to the Norwich Scenic Horns pregame show presented by SCR Structures and Sheds. Have to like what you're seeing right now at a Kenny Noe in the midst of a 4-game hitting streak, just keeping things simple at the plate, and it's working out for him, getting aboard. Norwich, they need more traffic on the bases. You go back to that game on Sunday afternoon. Norwich mustered just 5 base runners in the 5 innings. When Nathan Purog started for Westfield, you're going to need to work some more counts, work some more at-bats here for Norwich, and really put the pressure on Eli Fleming this afternoon. If you can do that, you have to like the chances for Norwich. When they get men on base, when you go back to some of these wins for Norwich right now, you go back to opening day, huge victory against the Starfires, but they had the early lead. At one point, Norwich enjoyed a 9-0 lead over Westfield, and then on the Friday night victory in Worcester, Norwich had the early lead in that ball game as well. They took a 5-0 lead against the Worcester Bravehearts. First runs, getting on the board first, so pivotal right now for Norwich. If you can do that, this is a different ball club for the Norwich Scenic Horns. But staying on the topic of being productive, Gabriel Rivera, he's doing that right now for Norwich. The Rutgers commit. He has a team leading, 6 RBIs. Let's go into some of these highlights for Rivera, continuing to stay hot. Another one on Sunday against Westfield. That started the scoring for Norwich. Here's a closer look at Gabriel Rivera right now. That's right, Gabriel Rivera, the Rutgers product. He has been by far and away the hottest hitter. Norwich Scenic Horn Baseball is on the air from Dodd Stadium. Glad you're with us. It's the second of a 4-game homestand as Ethan Wooten will make his Norwich Scenic Horn debut, the Eastern Connecticut State University product for Norwich. The right-hander, he's wearing number 36 here for the Scenic Horns. We are underway. First pitch coming local time, 6:32 Eastern. Glad you're with us here from Dodd Stadium. Tuning into coverage of Norwich Scenic Horn Baseball. The 0-1 home. This is a line drive right back up the middle. It's a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Lake Monsters. Some good work there by Sam Cavosa in his second season with Vermont. And a leadoff base runner aboard for the Lake Monsters. This will bring up the center fielder, Hunter Kingsbury. Wooten will work from the stretch. The right-hander set at the belt. And Norwich trying to work out of a little bit of a troublesome start with the lead runner aboard, Sam Cavosa. He has good speed. Cavosa, the starting left fielder today. He's the man aboard at first. Vermont wearing their road gray uniforms with the green numbers on the back. And the Norwich Unicorns wearing their home white uniforms. The Norwich Unicorn riding with the gold across the chest. Norwich in their home white uniforms, the white bottoms. And the count is no balls and 1 strike to Hunter Kingsbury. He's in center field. Kingsbury out of Bryant University in Newbury, Massachusetts, swinging from the left side of the batter's box, 6'2", 195, as he meets with Matthew Wooten. Wooten, his first day with the team, he's had a couple of his starts already pushed back. This is sawed-off foul out of play. Wooten was originally going to start for Norwich on Sunday, but with the rained-out ball game against the Nashua Silver Knights on May 31st, Cantafi had his start pushed back, and the domino effect continued to trickle down. So Wooten officially getting to start here on this Tuesday night. A beautiful night for baseball here in Eastern Connecticut. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Taken, it's a called strike 3. Wooten punches out Kingsbury, and there's one down in the inning. Nice work there by the Eastern Connecticut State product. Here's a look at that, working ahead, and when you do that, you're able to go to some of your secondary pitches in the perfect spot, and he's got one down in the inning. It'll bring up the designated hitter, Sean McMillan. I'll check on the base runner over at first. That is Sam Cavosa. He began the ball game with the leadoff base hit. McMillan so far this summer for Vermont, still looking for his first hit of the season with the Lake Monsters. McMillan making his season debut today. This is coming against Norwich. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Wooten has been a strike thrower today. This is a bouncing ball. It's a slow roller. Rivera with a tough play across the diamond. It gets away from the first baseman, Chaplin, and it's going to roll up the right field line. Runners safe everywhere. The Lake Monsters have them at second and third. It was a slow rolling ball to Rivera, and he had to wait back on it to try and make a play on it. And now some danger for Norwich here in the top of the first inning, and Vermont threatening to take the early lead. Rivera charged in on it, but he didn't get everything behind his throw. It was wide of the first base bag. Chaplin stretched out to it, but nothing he could do about it. We'll see if they rule it in air, and they officially will give it in air, and that's why taking second is McMillan. It's an infield single. The firm fastball just misses outside, and the first time today that Wooten will work from behind. He's now in the full windup with runners at second and third, and the cleanup hitter up. This is Richmond. This is a high pop-up into straightaway center field, camping underneath it. This is Tirado. It's a good throw in. That will hold both runners. Nobody will score on the play, and there's 2 down in the inning. Nice work there by Matt Wooten, and there's 2 gone. Here's the right fielder, Connor Vercoloni. Vercoloni normally number 1, but he put his jersey into the laundry room a little late, as Matt Fincher described it. He said he wasn't on the same page, and that's why he's going to wear number 12 instead of his usual jersey number as number 1. I'm not sure if he's going to get to wear his regular number here for a little bit, as the Lake Monsters are in the start of a 3-game road trip here at Dodd Stadium. Wooten ahead of Vercoloni. No balls, 1 strike. The right-hander coming home is right at the kneecap, strike 2. Wooten trying to work out of some early danger here against the Lake Monster batting order. The right-hander from the full wind-up, cut on and missed, strike 3. Wooten punches out Vercoloni. He escapes the trouble here in the top of the first inning. Here's a look at that replay. Firm life on the fastball from Wooten. He brings it past Vercoloni. No chance for him. Vermont nothing. The Unicorns coming to the plate when we come back. You're watching the Norwich Unicorns on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
Coming back on now. Or let me know. When do you want me to come on?
15 seconds. 15.
Yep. Back with you here at Dodd Stadium. Matt Woon works out of a first inning jam as the Unicorns will meet with Vermont starter Eli Fleming. Fleming out of Stetson University in Oviedo, Florida. He was a redshirt this past season at Stetson. He has logged 2 innings so far with the Lake Monsters. That came back against the New Britain Bees in his first outing in the Futures League. He went 2 innings, allowed the 1 hit. He struck out 1. He faced just 7 batters. He's a right-hander, and the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Tirado misses outside. It's ball 1. Tirado was a shortstop last season primarily for the Unicorns, but he's made the transition out into the outfield. He's really become a super utility player for Norwich. He can play short. You'll see him at second maybe from time to time, and he also has the ability to play third base as well. The count is in his favor. 1 ball and no strikes. Prior to making his way to UMass with the Minutemen, Tirado played at Cheshire Academy. He put up some big numbers at Cheshire. And a little timeout here is the catcher here for Vermont. That is Guerva. He's needing some equipment repaired. Let's take a look at the Norwich Unicorns batting lineup. It's presented by Artisan Building and Remodeling. They have you covered all season long. The leadoff hitter is Anthony Tirado. Batting second at second base, C.J. Nolan. Batting third is the designated hitter, Jaden Novak. Gabriel Rivera, he's the cleanup man. He's at third base. Batting fifth in left field, Gavin O'Brien, as we're just about set to resume the action. And Fleming throws a fastball downstairs for ball 2. Jack Sweeney bats sixth. He's in right field. Alec Warden batting seventh. He's the shortstop. Joe Durso, the catcher, batting eighth. And Chase Chaplin, the first baseman, he bats ninth at first base. Another firm heater, and it misses up and away, ball 3. Tirado with full count leverage on Fleming. It's 3-0. From the stretch, Fleming working off the first base side of the rubber, and the 3-0 pitch home is a called strike. He took a little off of it, and he's back into the strike zone. First strike offered by Eli Fleming. The 3-1. This is sawed off, foul down the line in left field, and the count is run full. Trying to battle here is Fleming in a full count, 3-2 to the leadoff man, Anthony Tirado, who snapped a 0-for-6 slump to start the season with a base hit, flipped out into left field here on Sunday afternoon. The full count delivery home. upstairs, ball for an overthrown fastball. Fleming loses Toronto, and the Scenic Horns have a leadoff base runner aboard. That'll bring up the second baseman, C.J. Nolan.
University number 4, C.J. Nolan.
Here's Nolan. He's at the plate with Toronto aboard, and checking in is Fleming, and it gets away from the first baseman, Meisner, and into scoring position goes Toronto. Look at the Vermont defense here tonight over at third base. That is Cooper Berry, the shortstop, Brian Richmond. At second base, Xander Tidor, and over at first base, Xander Meisner. That's the infield defense from third to first. Moving in at the third base side is Cooper Berry. Just shy of the infield grass. The fastball catches the outer edge, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. Nolan had to wait a little bit, but he takes the first pitch fastball in there, strike 1. Toronto's in scoring position, plenty of speed behind him, and he builds a secondary lead. The breaking ball just falls in, strike 2, and Fleming way ahead of C.J. Nolan. No balls and 2 strikes. Nolan's had a good start so far for Norwich here to begin his summer with the Scenic Horns. Batting .429, that is second best on the team, and he saws away, strike 2, foul again. CJ, 5'11", 190, out of Sacred Heart University in Coventry, Connecticut, looking to get Norwich on the board first. No balls and 2 strikes here to C.J. Nolan, the 0-2. This is turned on. It's a high pop-up. Third base side, moving back on it, and it's going to be the shortstop, Richmond, to make the catch on it. There's 1 down.
Designated hitter from College of Charleston.
Nice work there by Richmond to take charge of the Vermont Lake Monster defense on the high pop-up off the bat of C.J. Nolan, and an important first out spotted here tonight from Eli Fleming. It'll bring up the 3 spot in the batting order. Jaden Novak, he has started the first 4 games for Norwich as the catcher, and today he'll get to rest the legs a little bit and bat as the DH out of the College of Charleston. He'll be here with Norwich for a short stay. He was with the Starfires a season ago. Hit the first home run in postseason history for Westfield. It was a grand slam against Norwich back at Bullens Field. The 1-0. Check, awkward swing. It's a strike, and the count is even. Good breaker there from Fleming, and he fooled Novak for strike 1. Novak out of North Haven, Connecticut, and he'll be a rising sophomore at the College of Charleston. All even, 1 ball and 1 strike. At the belt, Fleming coming home. That's over the head of Novak. He had to duck out of it for ball 2. Norwich trying to get something started here early against the Lake Monsters after failing to strike for a run until the bottom of the 6th here on Sunday against Westfield in the home opener. Toronto is going on the pitch. It's inside, and having some difficulty getting the ball away was Cuerva, and Toronto has himself a stolen base. Take a look at that here in a moment once we get a chance. Good jump there from Anthony Toronto on our replay cam, and Norwich has the first run of the ball game 90 feet away. It's even at 2-2 to the right-handed hitting DH Novak. The curveball popped up left field side. It is going to fall into the seats and out of play. Toronto has good speed. He had 20 stolen bases last summer for Norwich in the Futures League, helping Norwich try and manufacture their first run of the ball game here tonight. He stands at third with Novak at the plate. It's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. From the belt, the 2-2, a slow roller to short. Charging in on it is McMillan. He'll fire it across the diamond, and there's 2 down in the inning. It gets the job done. Norwich on the board first. It's 1-0. RBI ground out for Jaden Novak, and the Unicorns lead 1-0.
Third baseman, Rutgers University, number 27, Gabriel Rivera.
Productive out there for Novak. It'll bring up the third baseman, Gabriel Rivera. Rivera leads Norwich in RBI so far this summer. He's been the hottest bat in Zach Gitchner's lineup. He is serving as the acting manager until Kyle Dombrowski makes his arrival here to the Rose City after Holy Cross made it into the NCAA tournament. Rivera is 6'3", 205, just recently turned 18 years of age, but he's way behind in the count, 0-2. So far in the Futures League, Rivera 4 for 14, protecting with 2 strikes, the 0-2. Out in front of it, a slow bouncing ball to third. It is across the diamond in time, and the inning is over. Nice work there from the third baseman, Cooper Berry, and that will take care of things here in the bottom of the first. Norwich gets started first. They lead 1-0. The second inning is coming up next on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Lake Monsters. First baseman. From Bethany Lutheran, number 20, Xander Meissner. 15.
It eventually comes back, but it just keeps doing it.
Okay, we're about to pitch. First pitch of the inning misses outside ball 1. Back with you here in the top of the second. Bouncing ball to short. Collected there by Warden across the diamond in time. 1 down. Good start to the inning for Matthew Wooden as he induces the slow bouncing ground ball from Xander Meissner, and there's 1 down in the inning.
The catcher from AIC, number 16, Leandro Rivera.
Here's Leandro Guerva, the catcher here tonight for Matt Fincher's group, with 1 down in the top of the second. First pitch home is a good off-speed pitch. It hooks in there on the inside corner, strike 1. Guerva, rising senior out of AIC in Apopka, Florida, the 0-1. Good fastball taken on the outside corner, just painted there. And Wooden way ahead of Guerva, no balls and 2 strikes. This is another bouncing ball. Warden's a busy man this inning. He'll whip it across the diamond. It gets away from Chaplin. Up the right field line. Extra bases ahead. And walking into second base is Guerva. He'll reach on the air, committed by the Norwich shortstop. And a 1-out base runner in scoring position for Vermont. It was a tough play the whole way for Warden, who had to charge in on the slow rolling ball to his spot back up the middle, and Vermont has a runner in scoring position. It's the second error of the ball game committed by Norwich. We're just in the top of the second. It'll bring up Xandor Teeter. Tidor out of Babson College in Saratoga Springs, New York. Back with Vermont here in 2025. Takes a firm fastball down Main Street, strike one. Tidor threw a perfect game against Norwich in his relief outing in the postseason in the opening round. He made things quite challenging for Norwich as they tried to work their way around Vermont in the opening round of the postseason. He waves and misses at strike two. Tidor's the second baseman here for the Lake Monsters here today. And he's behind in the count, 1-2 strikes. From the stretch is Wooten with the base runner directly behind him. That's Guerva. There's a called strike three. Matt Wooten punches out Tidor, and there's two down in the inning. Third strikeout of the night for Wooten. Another firm fastball, plenty of life on it for the Eastern Connecticut State product, and sent packing is Tidor for the second out in the inning. He was just watching. Two down. Here's the third baseman, Cooper Berry. There is the number 9 batter in the order for Vermont. And a first pitch strike for Wooten. He's done a good job of it so far in this ball game. He's been a strike thrower here tonight. It's one of those keys for Norwich they have to have. And Wooten has been on target so far to start. The 0-1 home. Bouncing ball to second. There to field it is C.J. Nolan, and that's how the inning will end. Away from the one-out error committed by Warden. Norwich gets out of it. We're headed to the bottom of the second when we come back on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
Back with you here at Dodd Stadium. Home half of the second inning, and the Norwich Scenic Horns holding a 1-0 lead over the Vermont Lake Monsters here on this Tuesday night. Toronto got things going for Norwich in the bottom of the first with his leadoff walk. He later came around to score. It's the left fielder Gavin O'Brien to start things out for Norwich here in the home second. Looking to bounce back here in the bottom of the second, Eli Fleming, and he fires in a called strike. It looked a little inside to O'Brien, but ruled a strike, and Fleming ahead of the Norwich left fielder here tonight, Gavin O'Brien. O'Brien out of UMass Amherst and Salisbury, Connecticut, taking for ball one. O'Brien is a big kid. He stands in there 6'4", 200. Batting just a meager 200 on the year so far. And takes a pass at strike two. O'Brien was 1 for 3 on Sunday afternoon. He scored both runs for Norwich in the 6-2 loss to Westfield. The 1-2. Inside, the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's another firm fastball. It's just below the zone. The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the UMass Minutemen product. Gavin O'Brien trying to lead things off here for Norwich in the bottom of the second. The 3-2 from Fleming. Jammed him inside. It might have caught the knuckles of O'Brien, the right-handed hitting left fielder. And we'll try again. Another full count pitch awaiting O'Brien here to start the second. This past spring at UMass, he batted .237 for the Minutemen. The 3-2 again. That time it misses inside. It almost clipped O'Brien, and he draws a leadoff walk. Second time tonight, Fleming has issued a leadoff walk. Immediate traffic on the base pass. Here's the right fielder, Jack Sweeney. Sweeney's shown some early power in his bat for Norwich here in his second season with the Sea Unicorns. He's batting .375 in his first 8 plate appearances, and taking second is O'Brien on the wild pitch. Norwich in business here in the bottom of the second, trying to extend their lead. Jack Sweeney has provided some power in his bat, already a couple of doubles this summer for Norwich. A couple of RBIs as well for the Rutgers product out of Cream Ridge, New Jersey. Set up inside is Cuerva. Fleming at the belt, takes a look back at O'Brien, and that's over the head of Sweeney. Ball 2. Sweeney just stayed there frozen in the righty batter's box and didn't even blink. He would have let it hit him. It wouldn't have felt good. It was a firm fastball from Fleming behind 2-0. Sweeney waiting, and now the 2-0 home. That's swung on and missed for strike one. Back in the count is the Stetson product, Eli Fleming. That's up and in for ball 3. Sweeney has full count leverage here. 3 balls and 1 strike. Some command trouble here to start the second for Fleming. Another 3-ball count for him. It's 3-1 to Jack Sweeney. On 3-1. Taking the whole way was Sweeney, and the count is full. As a freshman at Rutgers this past spring, Jack batted .239 for Rutgers. The count is full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting corner outfielder. And there's ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Fleming to start the bottom of the second. And Norwich has runners at first and second right now with nobody out. That's going to draw out the Lake Monster catcher, Leandro Cuerva. To talk things over here with the starter. Fleming trying to get himself back into the strike zone. He's thrown 12 pitches. 8 of them have been out of the zone. Here's the shortstop, Alec Warden. Warden's been busy already here tonight with plenty of plays hit to him defensively. Here's a high chopper over to short. Backhand side of Richmond. He'll go the short way to second, and that'll be his only play. Sweeney retired on the fielder's choice ground out, and Norwich now has runners at the corners.
Long Island University, number 28, Joe Durso.
Here's the catcher, Joe Durso. Durso trying to extend the lead for Norwich. Just his second game with the club since joining the group a couple days ago. Still looking for his first hit in the Rose City. Swinging away on the first pitch. It's a high pop-up on the first base side in foul territory. Squeezing it for the catch is Meisner, and there's 2 down in the inning. Norwich is going to have to get it done with a couple of outs. It's the number 9 spot in the batting order, Chase Chaplin. The Yale Bulldog looking to plate the second run of the ball game for Norwich. They still have him at the corners, but now 2 outs. Fleming trying to work his way out of trouble here in the second inning. He issued a couple of walks to start the inning. That was to O'Brien and Sweeney. Firm fastball just taken outside. It's ball 1. Trying to get ahead with the fastball was Fleming, trying to nibble around the edges, but he doesn't get the borderline call. 1 ball, no strikes to Chase Chaplin. Chaplin 5'9", 215 out of Apex, North Carolina. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Good block there by Guerva. Anything that leaks beyond him is dangerous. It could spell the second run of the night for Norwich. Count in the favor of Chaplin, 2 balls, no strikes. If the inning were to continue, it would mean a chance for Toronto. The runner is going. This is a line drive. It'll fall into right field. RBI base knock. Chase Chaplin, and called out at third is Alec Warden. He can't believe the call. He was trying to go first to third on the sequence. The Scenic Horns played a run on a 2-out RBI single from Chaplin. It's 2-0 Norwich. We are headed to the third inning when we come back on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
It's the Make This the Summer event going on now at Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich. Make this the summer that you try something new and fun. Make this the summer you say I do to a new vehicle that you can custom order online at falveys.com or stop into the dealership. Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich, just down the road from Mohegan Sun.
Falvey's, you're gonna love it.
Leading off the top half of the third inning for Vermont, the left fielder, Sam Gosa.
Sam Cavosa will lead things off for Vermont as Norwich has stretched their lead out to 2-0. Wooten fires the fastball over the top, strike 1. Underway here, top of the third inning. Also listening live on the Wax. Glad you're with us there as well here tonight. First game on the Wax here this summer. The 0-1 jammed inside as Cavosa fights away strike 2. Wooten again with another first pitch strike. Top of the order for Vermont here in the third inning. 1, 2, and 3 for Matt Fincher's group. The 0-2 delivery. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the night for Wooten. He retires Cavosa, 1 down. Well, that's what happens. You work ahead all night long, and Wooten is doing that, and he's striking him out. Batter now for Vermont is Hunter Kingsbury, and he fouls away another. Hunter Kingsbury was a strikeout victim his first time up. Already 4 strikeouts in the ball game for Wooten. He has been in control all night long. Bounced away, foul, count is even. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kingsbury trying to get something going for Vermont here in the top of the third inning. Norwich has struck for 1 in the first and 1 in the second. The even count delivery. Jammed inside is Kingsbury, and he dumps it right by the Norwich bench, first base side. Just the first of a 3-game set between the Unicorns and Vermont Lake Monsters. Tomorrow it'll be an 11 a.m. start on Education Day. Boone's been waiting the whole time for Kingsbury, and he won't give him any time to wait. The 2-2. Jammed in on the hands. It's fought off foul into the seats on the first base side, and we'll try again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kingsbury, 6'2", 195, rising sophomore at Bryant University. Batting 176, and he's forced another pitch in this plate appearance. It's the 7th upcoming. Good battle brewing here between Wooten and Kingsbury. McMillan awaits on deck. He'd like to come up to the plate with the runner aboard. We'll see what gives. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Durso set up outside, slow roller. Warden waiting back on it. Has to rush his throw. He gets it in time. 2 down. Nice firm throw across the diamond by Alec Warden, and he retires Kingsbury. That's an important out to get for Wooten, and he's retired the first 2 in order. It's the top of the order right now for Vermont, and they're being handled by Wooten so far. Here's Sean McMillan. Impressive debut so far shaping for Matthew Wooten, and he offers another first pitch strike. Wooten in his career at Eastern Connecticut has pitched to a career 3.03 ERA. He was quite dominant this past season at Eastern. Pitched to a 2.89 ERA, 4-2 the record in 12 outings. Behind in the count now, 2-1 to Sean McMillan. He's the designated hitter. He reached on an error at first base. Wooten awaiting the sign, and the catcher Durso set up outside. The 2-1, slow breaking ball that's flipped out into left field. It's a base hit. 2-out knock for Sean McMillan, and the Lake Monsters have a base runner aboard here in the third.
The designated hitter, Sean McMillan.
Second hit of the night for Vermont, and the inning will continue for the cleanup man, Brian Richmond. Richmond flied out to center field his first time up. This is the part of the order that can make some noise for Vermont. It's the big bats up right now for the Lake Monsters, trying to put some pressure on against Wooten, who's been in cruise control so far tonight. A pickoff attempt, good luck, and they got him. There's our sure bright cleanup moment of the game, cleaning up the work on the base pass. And there is the third out in the inning. That should be the third out. That was a 2-out hit. I don't know if we're going to need 4 outs here. That should be the third out. Coach Murphy didn't make any noise about it in the dugout, so Wooten will try and get 4 outs here in the top of the third inning. Nice pickoff. That should be the third out. No one's talking about it. But that is our SureBright cleanup moment of the game. He wipes the bases empty. SureBright Commercial Cleaning Services, providing janitorial services throughout Connecticut for the last 30 years. SureBright, done right every night. Matt Wooten, he's doing it right now in his Sea Unicorns debut. We'll see if he can get his 4th out in the inning. The count is even. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Down Main Street, and it's ruled a ball. That looked pretty good from up here. Rocky night for the umpiring crew down there. Wooten forced to throw some extra pitches. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Brian Richmond. That's way outside. It's 3-1. Someone has got to be keeping an out count in the Norwich dugout. Wooten has been impressive in his Norwich debut here in the Rose City, and Norwich has desperately needed it. A strong start out of him. He's trying to work 3 scoreless. The 3-1. Roped in the air. It's to straightaway center. Toronto's got it. The 4th out in the inning in the books, and we are headed to the bottom of the 3rd. You're watching the Norwich Sea Unicorns on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
It with me, I'm at the top, that's 1, not 2 or 3. This real life, baby, don't make believe. I just make it look easy like ABC. I'm on it 24/7, 25/8. I just pick up the pace and I violate. I eat it all up like a dinner plate. I been on the move like I'm running late. Left, right, left, let's go. I'm unstoppable. I got money flowing in case you didn't know. They used to doubt me, now I got them like wow. Making boss moves, I've been on a roll. I'm blowing up, gotta put them on hold. I am the bag, that's what I've been told. I keep my cool under pressure like a boss. I'm all in, it don't matter what it costs. All I do is win and look good from the top. Let's go. I am unstoppable. Okay. I am unstoppable.
Nice job, Emerson, and we thank Colin. Fans, please join us for First Responders Night, brought to you by Hartford Healthcare on Friday, June the 18th, 6:30 p.m. Special ticket pricing for all our first responders available at the Sea Unicorns box office. Please help us recognize our first responders. That's Friday, June the 18th. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Sea Unicorns.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here in Norwich. It's a 2-0 lead for the Sea Unicorns. 3 scoreless work so far tonight for Matthew Wooten. He has been on point here in his Norwich debut. It's exactly what you've wanted if you're a Sea Unicorn here tonight. And some offense behind him. It's 2-0. Toronto swinging away and cracks away, strike 1 foul. Toronto drew a leadoff walk. And he later came around to score for Norwich in the bottom of the 1st. Fleming from the stretch, the 0-1. Ruled ball outside. The count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Toronto last season for Norwich hit .278, and he swings and misses at strike 2. Toronto, before making his way to UMass Amherst, played at Cheshire Academy. He was named team MVP as a senior, earned New England Baseball Journal second team honors during that season, and watches ball 2 dart outside. Count is even. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was a member of the all-NEPSAC first team as a senior. Puts together some big numbers at Cheshire. He's worked the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Toronto takes up and away for ball 3. Toronto changed his number here in Norwich to number 7. That's the same number he wears at UMass. He was 29 last season with the Sea Unicorns. You'll get to hear his interview tomorrow morning. They had a day 2 of this series. The full count delivery upstairs, and Toronto's drawn his second walk of the ball game. This time it starts the third, and for the third consecutive inning, Fleming has issued a leadoff walk.
Second baseman, C.J. Nolan.
Fleming's handed out now 4 free passes tonight to the Unicorns, and they have made him pay so far. Both walks have come around to score for Norwich already. Here's C.J. Nolan. He popped out to short in his first trip to the plate. Toronto has good speed. He's already stolen a base for Norwich. They'll check in on him. It's a little bit tardy. They want to keep the lead tight on the UMass Minutemen, Anthony Toronto. Glad you're with us, taking in Norwich Unicorn baseball from historic Dodd Stadium on this Tuesday night. Norwich trying to get back above 500. Another check-in on Toronto, the second disengagement. CJ's yet to see a pitch from Eli Fleming. This is well struck. It is hit deep out to left field, still moving back at the wall. It is off the wall. Rounding third, Toronto has the green light. And it's a stand-up RBI double, C.J. Nolan. It was absolutely crushed out to the left field wall. And C.J. Nolan absolutely obliterates the hanging pitch as he splashes it off the left field wall. It's our DB Lunt feeling electric. Play of the game from C.J. Nolan. And Norwich has made it 3-0. Nolan caught in between second and third. He'll walk his way back to the second base bag. C.J. Nolan now with his third double of the summer for Norwich. This time it was an RBI double. And Norwich has built a 3-0 lead. That's what happens when you are working behind batters. As Fleming has had to do so early tonight. He's ahead of Novak. He lifts a high fly ball. Kavosa moving back. Still going back at the wall. He's on the warning track. He makes the catch. Jaden Novak crushed it to deep left field. And Kavosa covered it well. There's one down in the inning. Here's Gabriel Rivera. Nolan stands at second. He had an RBI double. Hardy cut and a miss. Strike one to Gabriel Rivera, the Rutgers product. Rivera grounded out to third his last time up. He could plate the fourth run of the ball game. A hit could mean a run. Outside, the count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vermont has a little bit of movement starting in the left field bullpen. See how long Matt Fincher is going to let Fleming try and battle here tonight. Norwich trying to make it 4-0 here in the third. And Nolan will walk his way back to second base. He's a thorn in the side right now of Eli Fleming, who's already had enough to deal with. And he's giving him some second thoughts. He's directly behind him. The 1-1. A hard bouncing ball to third. There to corral it and fire across the diamond is Barry, but taking 90 feet is Nolan. 2 gone in the inning for Gavin O'Brien.
Left fielder Gavin O'Brien.
Here's Gavin O'Brien. He is walked earlier today. That was back in the second. He drew a leadoff walk. Norwich looking for every run possible here tonight against starter Eli Fleming. They've scored a run in every frame so far. An awkward swing for strike one from O'Brien. From the stretch and looking in for the sign, Fleming, the right-hander home. Firm fastball, trying to frame it and pull it back into the zone, was Guerva. It's called a strike. Benefit of the doubt there for Eli Fleming on Gavin O'Brien. The count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. The base runner at third is C.J. Nolan, the 1-1. The breaking ball popped up. It was in on the hands of O'Brien. It'll fall into the seats on the first base side. The count is 1-2. Walks have been a problem tonight for Fleming. He's already issued 4 tonight. All 3 of them have come around to score. The 1-2. Looked to be a strike, but Guerva had some trouble with it. He couldn't frame it. The count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jaden Novak was just shy of crushing his second home run of the summer for Norwich earlier in the inning. That's how Fleming recorded his first out. Just a deep fly out to left field. All 2s across the board. There's a fly ball. It's flipped out to straightaway center field. And there to make a play on it is Kingsbury, but not before Norwich strikes for their 3rd of the night, and they take a 3-0 lead. It's the 4th inning next on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports. Unicorn fans, want to watch the Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
Enterprises and Vitro Architectural Glass. We wish a very happy 7th birthday to Grady Carrington. Happy birthday, Grady. Be sure to be here for Military Appreciation Night at Dodd Stadium, Friday, June the 20th, brought to you by Secor. Special ticket pricing for all current and former military personnel available at our box office. Help us recognize our military members on Military Appreciation Night, brought to you by Secor. That's Friday, June the 20th, right here at Dodd Stadium. Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Vermont, shortstop Brian Richmond.
Matt Wooten back out to work his 4th inning for Norwich. He had to record 4 outs in the 3rd inning. And he has been impressive tonight. He's kept Vermont off the board, but ball 1 misses outside. 5-6 and 7 due up for Vermont. It's begun by Connor Vercoloni. He struck out his first time. It's Brian Richmond, the batter at the plate. This is down the line in left field. That's going to fall in. Rounding first and taking second is Richmond. He will go in there with the throw. Head first slide in there safely. O'Brien had to go a long way down the line in left field. Leadoff double. Hot start to the inning for Vermont. Threatening here in the 4th.
The right fielder, Connor Vercoloni.
Here's Vercoloni now, the batter. He struck out his first time. There's a firm fastball, plenty of life behind it. Strike 1 to Connor Vercoloni. Vercoloni, a rising junior at St. Bonaventure, Plymouth, Massachusetts native. with the leadoff man in scoring position for Vermont, the 0-1 home. Slow breaking ball, and away in front of it was Vercoloni. He taps it away. It's strike two. Vercoloni in his second summer with the Lake Monsters. Battling with two strikes. This is flipped out to right field. Moving back on it, Sweeney. Turns around. He has a fly ball for the first out of the inning. A strong throw to third, and Rivera tries to swipe the tag on Richmond. He's just a bit tardy, but it's the first out in the inning, and advancing 90 feet is Brian Richmond. Vermont looking to strike for their first of the night. They'll hand the bat over to Xander Teeter. Check that, it's Xander Meisner, the batter at the plate. He grounded out to short his first time up. Infield at standard depth for Norwich. A swing and a miss for strike one. Have to imagine Norwich would trade the out for a run here. Swing and a miss here, and Wooten has other plans. He's trying to strike out Xander Meisner. He's way ahead of him. No balls and two strikes. There's a firm fastball. He has gone to the fastball quite often tonight. It's been a good one for Wooten. It just missed for ball one. There's a fly ball. It's lifted out to straightaway center field. Toronto has a beat on it. He will make the catch. He had a weight on it. A long throw to home plate and diving in headfirst safely and scoring is Richmond. So the Lake Monsters on the board on the sac fly from Meisner. And there's two gone in the inning. Here's Leandro Guerva with two gone and the base is empty. Have to like the way Wooten has composed himself at the rubber, despite allowing the leadoff double. He's come back with two consecutive outs. He drops in the breaking ball, strike one on the outside corner. Painted perfectly there by Joe Durso with his second start behind the plate here this summer in Norwich. This is into the Norwich bullpen down the right field line. Wooten trying to turn in 4 innings. He's waiting for the batter, Guerva, to step into the righty batter's box. He's been a quick worker, the 0-2. A little bouncing ball. It is a fair ball. Durso whips it up the first base line. Turning around first, heading to second is Guerva. It's the third error committed tonight by Norwich, and the inning's not over yet. That ball just deadened perfectly, and it was Joe Durso trying to record the final out, and nowhere near Chase Chaplin, the first baseman, and Vermont looking for more here with 2 outs. Here's a look at that slow roller. It just deadened in fair territory. Durso and Wooten hoping it would have just trickled its way into foul ground. Instead, the inning will continue. It'll mean a chance for Xander Teeter. It's been a good outing tonight for Wooten in his Norwich debut, and a swing and a miss for strike one from Teeter. He struck out looking his first time up. Wooten has 4 punch-outs to his name tonight. It's a 3-1 lead for Norwich here in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 to the left-handed hitting Teeter is ruled a strike, and he's way ahead of him now, 0-2. Teeter at Babson this past spring batted .366 for the Beavers with 4 home runs, 11 doubles. Plenty of pop in his bat when he can get a hold of one. He's behind 0-2. Wooten trying to put him away to end the inning. And now they will rule the pitch clock violation for ball one. So the count has moved from 0-2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wooten trying to put away Teeter with 2 outs in the inning. The right-hander coming home. There's the breaking ball, and that will end the inning. Good work from Wooten. He's got 5 strikeouts, and Norwich coming to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. They lead 3-1 on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
Axe throwing contest brought to you by Supercharged in Waterford. So let's charge on down to Sophia.
Buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
The Burns Agency is a full-service organization with insurance products ranging from business owner policy needs to personal insurance like home, auto, and umbrella. Some companies can make that a one-stop shop. That's why we value partnering with insurance companies like Arbella Insurance. Like us, they offer a range of insurance coverage for our valued clients. Having your most valuable assets covered by a single insurance carrier, serviced by a local agent, is priceless. The Burns Agency proudly partners with Arbella to bring you insurance coverage at competitive pricing. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now pitching for the Lake Monsters. From Stevenson College, number 52, John Delgato. Delgato now pitching for Vermont.
New pitcher in the ball game for Vermont. It's the Stevenson product, John Delgado. He'll be a junior when he returns to Stevens in the fall. 5'10", 180 out of Westminster, Maryland. Final line tonight for Eli Fleming. He goes 3 innings for the Lake Monsters. He issued 4 walks against Norwich. And he allowed 2 hits. The walks were the issue tonight for Fleming, allowing the 3 runs. Vermont made 1 error behind him defensively, so we'll get to meet John Delgado, new arm in the ball game for Vermont. He's a southpaw, so different look here for Norwich as we roll into the 4th inning here. Glad you're with us on the Futures League Baseball Network. Also watching live on the Wax Channel 3 here tonight. And the Norwich Unicorns have come to life early. And when they score first this season, well, it's been good news for Norwich. They're 2-0. And that is a good sign for this group, getting the bats going early. Like the approach at the plate, waiting for their pitch. And they have forced Fleming out of the game. The first pitch home is taken just outside from Jack Sweeney. Sweeney, his first time up, drew a walk back in the 2nd inning. Trying to start things out in the Norwich 4th. This is out to right field. On the run towards the chalk line is Fercoloni, and he'll make the grab on it. There's 1 down. Here's the shortstop, Alec Warden. Warden hit into a fielder's choice ground out. It was 6-4 back in the 2nd inning. Trying to put something together against the new arm in the ball game. It's John Delgado out of Stevens. First pitch to Warden, taken for ball 1. This is well struck. It's into right field. Base hit for Alec Warden. And the Unicorns have a 1-out base hit from Alec Warden. A hot shot off the bat out of the Penn State product, and it'll bring up the catcher, Joe Durso.
The catcher, Joe Durso.
Delgado with Stevens. This past spring, pitched to a 4.29 ERA with the Mustangs 1-6 record. He started 11 games and worked 50 in the third innings. Good sound off the bat from Warden as he dumps the one-out single into right. Durso popped out to first his first time up. And an awkward check swing at strike one. It was on the first pitch he saw. It jammed him in tight on his hands. The left-hander makes a good look at Warden, and he'll deal home ball one. It's outside. Durso with the pop fly. It's lifted towards right field. It's going to go into the seats. It's out of play. Durso this past season with the LIU Sharks batted .250, hit a home run. That was his only RBI of the season. Count is 1-2 strikes. Count is even. It's 2-2 strikes. Going is Warden. He's now caught in between. He's going to be tagged out at second base. There's 2 down in the inning. Warden was hung up in between first and second, and he is picked off for the second out. So the count is 2-2 strikes to Durso, but now 2 outs in the inning. Delgado trying to turn in a scoreless fourth. Delgado 5'10", 180. He punches out Durso, and he works around the one-out single. The 5th inning is next when we come back on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
See Unicorns players and coaches during clinics that will cover pitching, defense, hitting, and base running drills. Please contact our front office for more details. That's our always popular baseball clinic right here at Dodd Stadium, June the 23rd to the 27th. Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Vermont is third baseman Cooper Berry.
Headed to the top of the 5th inning here in Norwich. It's a 3-0 Sea Unicorns lead. Leadoff man up for Vermont is the third baseman Cooper Berry. 9-1-2 for Vermont here in the top of the 5th. Berry tonight, he's grounded out to second in his only trip to the plate. The breaking ball fouled away Strike two, third base side. Scooped up there by Sam Cavosa. He's the man waiting on deck. Wooten's been impressive. He's got 5 strikeouts. Durso set up outside. It's a high chopper to short. Warden waiting back on it across the diamond. It's in time. And there's one down. Nice play there by the shortstop, Alec Warden. He's been a busy man here tonight. Despite the one blemish on his box score defensively, he's been a key contributor to the Norwich defense. Here's the leadoff hitter, Sam Cavosa. He singled to center and struck out. Cavosa out of St. Michael's College, native of East Falmouth, Massachusetts. Taking ball one. It was framed, but it just missed outside. Cavosa this past spring batted .375. He was 53 for 141. And watches ball two. It missed way inside and just backed up on him for ball two. Boone's been a quick worker. He doesn't really take much time in between pitches. He just gets right back out there and he's ready to go. It's a comebacker to him. He corrals it. And he will underhand toss it to Chaplin. There's 2 down. Nice grab there by Matthew Wooten on the comebacker right to him off the bat of Sam Cavosa. It'll bring up Hunter Kingsbury with 2 gone.
The center fielder, Hunter Kingsbury.
Kingsbury swings from the left side. And he's swinging away. It's a rolling ball over to Warden, charging in on it. It's a tough play. It's beat out by Kingsbury. Warden's been busy all night long. It's his second error that he commits. And there's a 2-out base runner aboard for Vermont here in the 5th. It's always tough when they are just rolling slowly at you, and Kingsbury runs well, and he hustled his way up the first base line. It'll mean a chance for the designated hitter, Sean McMillan. McMillan out of St. John's University. He's a Freeport, New York native. And he takes strike one. Him and Kenny Noe from the same hometown, and this pickoff attempt gets away from Chaplin. It won't roam very far in foul ground, so Kingsbury will stay in his spot at first base. Noe's got the day off today for Norwich. He's riding a mini 3-game hitting streak for the Sea Unicorns. I'd imagine we see him back at short tomorrow morning against these Lake Monsters. From the stretches, Wooten, and the right-hander comes home. This is cracked to third, and Rivera's got it. And that's how the inning will end. We'll go back to that, but that's our Artisan Building and Remodeling defensive play of the game. They got you covered all season long. When we come back in the bottom of the 5th, we'll show you that on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
She is brought to you by Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Norwich. So when the half inning begins, you're going to see me disappear.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. got somebody going out there to fix it right now. What's our time?
First baseman, Chase Chaplin.
Ready to go in the bottom of the fifth inning, as Chase Chaplin will step in there to lead things off. The first pitch home, this is upstairs, it's ball one. Delgado back out there to work his second inning of relief. And the first two out of the zone to the Yale Bulldog, Chase Chaplin, who banged out a single into right field his last time up. Good production from the number 9 spot in the order. The 2-0 slides in there at strike one. The 2-1. This is on the ground to first, behind the first base bag, and stepping on the bag is Meisner. There's one gone. Rolling ball right to Meisner. He makes the play on it for the first out in the inning. Here's the leadoff man, Anthony Tirado. Tirado has scored a couple of times already today. He's walked in both of his plate appearances. And that looks to be a high strike, but it's called one on the outside corner. Lefty on lefty matchup with Tirado. He thought about going and he holds up, and it's called strike two. This past season with the Minutemen, Tirado batted .287. It's not consistent playing time with the Minutemen. He had to make the transition into the outfield, and he's taking outside ball one. Tirado collected 27 RBIs with UMass as well. They're now trying to be a one-out base runner, and he fights away strike two. For him, it was a matter of finding consistent playing time at UMass after redshirting, and he's making the most of his opportunity. Now he's battling with two strikes. From the stretch, Delgado's 1-2 is outside. The count is even. From 0-2, it's even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tirado feels a little bit more comfortable here in Norwich this summer after winning the championship in 2024 and trying to take on a little more of a leadership role with some of the newcomers that are coming in, it seems like, every day. There's a foul ball for strike two. They put ball 3 on the big board, but I thought that caught the piece of the wood of the bat on Tirado. If the scoreboard is correct, it'll be a full count pitch upcoming. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Norwich leadoff center fielder. On 3-2, it's a called strike 3. Tirado rears his head back, and Delgado spots his first strikeout of the ballgame. Two quick outs here for Delgado in the 5th. Here's C.J. Nolan. He smashed a RBI ringing double to the wall in left field his last time up. It nearly missed from being a home run. I would imagine Wooten's day is over. He's gone 5 innings. He's in line for the victory tonight for Norwich. First pitch to Nolan is back to the screen. He was on it. Strike 1. We continue to work on our cameras here from Dodd Stadium. Trying to make sure that they're all up there and working the way they need to. The count is even. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The right-handed hitting Unicorn second baseman here tonight. It's even on 1-1. This is lifted in the air, deep out to left field. Cavosa moving back. He's shy of the wall in the warning track. He makes the catch. Nolan has plenty of power. He's displayed it all night. But we are through 5 innings here tonight in Norwich. It's a 3-1 lead for the host. You're watching the Norwich Unicorns on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
It's the Make This the Summer event going on now at Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich. Make this the summer that you try something new and fun. Make this the summer you say I do to a new vehicle that you can custom order online at falveys.com or stop into the dealership. Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich, just down the road from Mohegan Sun.
Falvey's, you're gonna love it.
In this inning, if the Unicorns pitcher strikes out the opposing leadoff batter, 1 lucky roll with a $3 beverage coupon. Good luck.
Is that the same kid? No.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning, the shortstop, Brian Richmond.
Back with you here at Dodd Stadium. Top of the 6th inning. Matt Wooten's out there to work his 6th inning here tonight against the Lake Monsters. It's been a good outing for him so far. He's allowed the 6 hits, but he has also struck out 5 here tonight, and he tosses in the first pitch strike. He's been doing it all game long as he checks in with Brian Richmond. Richmond so far for Vermont has flied out, and he's also doubled to left field. He later came around to score, and now the comebacker is flipped to Chaplin. There's 2 down. Wooten does a real nice job just springing off the rubber. It's almost like a dance move for him, and he works quickly. He's got the first out. Here's the right fielder, Connor Vercoloni. Righty on righty matchup, and Wooten's first pitch is an awkward swing for strike 1. As impressive as it gets tonight, Wooten has been doing it all. His first day with the team, and he's made a memorable first impression. He's ahead of Vercoloni, no balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 delivery. Bounces downstairs, the count is even. Vercoloni this past season at St. Bonaventure hit .253, and he fouls away. Strike 2, he shoots it foul. Vercoloni this season with Vermont is hitting .300 in his career with the Lake Monsters. He's also a .300 hitter. The 2-2. Comebacker again, a busy inning for Wooten. He's got it, and he'll deposit it to Chaplin. 2 gone. Couple of comebackers, and Wooten's had both of them to record his first 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
The first baseman, Xander Meisner.
2 quick outs. It's the first baseman, Xander Meisner. And he's aggressive on the first pitch. It's a pop-up. A lazy fly ball into shallow left field. Warden has it. He will squeeze it for the 3rd out of the inning. 6 innings here tonight for Matt Wooten, and the Scenic Horns are holding a 3-1 lead over Vermont. You're watching the Norwich Scenic Horns on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports. Scenic Horn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Scenic Horns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Scenic Horns spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
I got Pearl Jam. I'm trying to pick up a song. Let's go with Alive, Pearl Jam. I don't know.
All right, 2 for 2. Last song.
How much time?
I don't think it's a cam thing. I think it's a Holly line.
I couldn't hear it, so I can't tell you. I'm 48. I'm deaf.
Okay, Matt, we're going to have to wrap up the contest.
Ready to go here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 3-1 lead for Norwich off the back of a 6-inning performance tonight from Matt Wooten. He has been impressive for the Scenic Horns. He's given them 6. I would imagine his night has come to an end as we are ready to go here in the home 6th. The leadoff man up for Norwich is Jaden Novak. He was just a little shy of a home run his last trip up. That was back in the 3rd inning here tonight. Ahead of him is Delgado, 0-1. And now he's jammed for strike 2. Lefty on righty matchup here with the Scenic Horns DH, Jaden Novak at the plate. Trying to protect with 2 strikes. It's 0-2. The 0-2 is taken just downstairs for ball 1. It was a pretty good spot with the 2-strike delivery. It just missed, though. We'll try on 1 and 2. Cut on and missed, and this time Novak is punched out over top of the slider, and there's 1 gone in the inning. Delgado's got his 2nd strikeout tonight. Here's the 3rd baseman, Gabriel Rivera. Delgado behind him, 1 ball and no strikes. To the Rutgers commit out of Brooklyn, New York, and he shoots away strike 1 foul just by the on-deck circle. There's Gavin O'Brien. He'll scoop it up. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rivera's the number 363rd ranked prospect nationally. 11th in the state of New York. But he's behind in the count now, 1 and 2. Impressive, gifted young athlete is Rivera, getting his first taste of collegiate baseball. He's made a memorable impression, really, on the coaching staff. They've played him every day. He leads the group in plate appearances. This is now his 17th of the summer. You have to earn the trust of the coaching staff to continue to put you in there, especially as young as he is, recently turning 18. Yet to see a pitch of NCAA baseball. The 1-2. This is crushed to left field. It's going to fall in. Base hit. Gabriel Rivera, a 2-strike single. And Norwich has a 1-out base runner aboard. That's the approach you're looking for out of number 27. Another strong piece of hitting from him, and the Rutgers commit keeps it going here tonight. Rivera now has hits in 3 straight games. One out and one on for Gavin O'Brien. That goes way inside for ball one. It just kept running inside, running action on that cutter for Delgado. O'Brien wasn't fazed by it. He's up now for his 3rd time tonight. He's officially 0 for 1. He's drawn a walk and he's flied out to center field. The 1-0. Good breaking ball for strike one. Waiting for 1-1 here to O'Brien. It's on its way. It's upstairs for ball 2. Before making his way to UMass, he attended the Salisbury School, where he was coached by Kevin Huber. He was their team captain as a senior, Eastern Connecticut Conference champion as a senior, winning that right here at Dodd Stadium, the home of the ACC tournament. The 2-1. Boy, looked inside, but it's ruled a strike. The count is even. He was also a Connecticut All-State member in 2024, and he was named to the Day All-Area Player of the Year for East Lyme as a senior. Plenty of historical moments for him before taking the journey to the University of Massachusetts. And the count is even. It's 2-2. Delgado trying to offer a scoreless inning, unscathed. The count is run full. It's 3-2, waiting the payoff pitch to the Norwich left fielder. And we'll have to wait a little longer. They'll check in on the base runner, Rivera. He's got a sizable lead at first. Looking to become a distraction to the Lake Monster lefty. On 3-2, it's inside, ball 4. O'Brien draws a 1-out walk. Second time he's been issued a walk here tonight from Vermont pitching. Here's the right fielder, Jack Sweeney. Sweeney attended Allentown High School before making his way to Rutgers. The number 18 overall prospect out of the state of New Jersey has already made plenty of loud noise with the bat this summer with the Sea Unicorns. A hit could play to run. Norwich looking for some more insurance here in the bottom of the 6th. They scored a run in each frame in the first, second, and third to take a 3-0 lead. Vermont's come back with a run of their own in the 4th. And Sweeney takes the fastball down Broadway. Sweeney was also the number 2 ranked outfielder by Prep Baseball Report. And he was the number 23rd overall prospect in New Jersey. The 0-1. There's a bouncing ball. It's over to second base for 1. The return throw to first is not in time. Now Rivera trying to hustle his way up the third base line. He's tagged out. It's an inning-ending double play turned by the Lake Monster defense. It started out with Vercoloni. He went over to McMillan. Then the return throw to Meisner got away from him. It was a strike down to the catcher, Guerva, and Rivera is called out to end the inning. So Norwich comes up empty. We are headed to the 7th inning when we return on the Futures League Baseball Network and on YouTube on SN Sports.
Who really want it with me? I'm at the top, that's 1, not 2 or 3. This real life, baby, don't make believe. I just make it look easy like ABC. I'm on it 24/7, 25/8. I just pick up the pace and I violate. I eat it all up like a dinner plate. I been on the move like I'm running late. Left, right, left, let's go. I'm unstoppable. I got money flowing in case you didn't know. They used to doubt me, now I got them like wow. Making boss moves, I've been on a roll. I'm blowing up, gotta put them on hold. I am the bag, that's what I've been told. I keep my cool under pressure like a boss. I'm all in, it don't matter what it costs. All I do is win and look good from the top. Let's go. I am unstoppable. Okay. I am unstoppable.
To the dogs. We have Bark in the Park, Saturday, June the 14th. Tickets are $10 for pet owners. Dog admission is $5, but that will be donated to the Wings of Freedom Animal Rescue. You'll have a special seating area. Treats and water bowls will be provided. It's sponsored by the Norwich Town Pet Resort and Spa and Creature Comforts Animal Inn. So, we're going to break the rules for one game. Ask you to bring your pets on Saturday, June the 14th. Game time, 6:30 p.m.
Matt Wooten ready to go for his 7th inning of work. It's time for this week's Craftsmanship Tip of the Week presented by Artisan Building and Remodeling. They're your trusted local experts in home improvement. If you're thinking about a new roof, consider Solar Shingles. They offer the same protection as a traditional roof while also generating clean, renewable energy. It's a smart and sustainable upgrade built to last. Once again, go to Artisan Building and Remodeling. New pitcher in the ball game for Norwich is Eli Delabita, number 35 for the Unicorns from 36. So that was Matt Wooten. It is now the right-hander Eli Delabita, his first appearance of the summer for Norwich. He'll be a sophomore when he returns to Pomona Pitzer. He's out of Encinitas, California, as he's welcomed to the Rose City for the first time. Impressive outing here today. And he's in line for the victory. Following tonight's game, stick with us for the Capital Property Group post-game show. And this is well struck, but it's out of play. Condo and real estate management, go to mycapitalteam.com. Who's it going to be for tonight's player of the game? You'll find out on the Capital Property Group post-game show. The full count delivery from Delabita. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Welcome to Norwich, Eli Delabita. He punches out the leadoff man to start the top of the 7th. There's Tidor with one gone. Delabita this past season pitched to a even 5.00 ERA in 18 innings of work. He allowed 20 hits, 10 earned runs. He issued 7 walks and struck out 9. Opponents hit 286 off of him. The 1-0 home. Cut on and missed. The count is even to Tidor. As we are into the top of the 7th inning. 3 runs on just 4 hits for Norwich, and 1 run on 6 hits for the Lake Monsters. Durso set up outside, the 1-1. Down the middle, it's strike 2. The 1-2 delivery from Delabita is in the air. It's out to left field. Scrambling back is Rivera. He's calling for it. And he will make the catch on it by the railing out there for the second out in the inning. This is our official defensive play of the game from Artisan Building and Remodeling. They have your roofing needs covered all season long. Rivera had to go a long way out down the line in left field, and he made the catch in front of the seats for the second out in the inning. Tidor retired, 2 up, 2 down for Delabita, and he's got a wave and a miss for strike 1 on the number 9 batter in the order. It's Cooper Berry. Berry is grounded out a couple of times, once to second, and the other time was to Alec Ward in the shortstop, the 0-1. Falls downstairs. Good sinking action there on the off-speed pitch. The count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Crowd oohs and ahs. They thought they had strike 2 instead. Count leverage for the third baseman, Cooper Berry. And this is cracked foul into the seats down the left field line, and we're all 2s across the board. 2 balls with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Delabita ready. The right-hander comes home. It's overthrown for ball 3. Berry was a .319 hitter this past spring with Pomona Pitzer. The 3-2. This is a fly ball. It's lifted in the air into medium. Short left field, and there to make the grab on it is Warden, and the inning is over. Delabita welcomes himself to Norwich, a 1-2-3 7th. It is stretch time here in Norwich. It's presented by GOAT Physical Therapy and Wellness. Stick with us for the 7th inning stretch.
And sing along.
Yeah, we got you. What'd you say?
7th inning stretch brought to you by Select Physical Therapy. They're the athletic training partner to the Norwich Sea Unicorns with over 90 offices throughout Connecticut and New England. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
We got a shot of the pitcher right now.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now pitching for the Lake Monsters from Brandeis University, number 41. Brady Lane now pitching for Vermont.
Here, can you talk to Nick? You need to get your thing working. Here, talk to him.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, tell him what he needs to do for...
Yeah,
what makes it so dark is the connection.
Nothing we can really do except things back up, you know what I mean? Other than that, you're doing a good job, man. It's coming in and out of this thing. You are getting a good shot.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning, the URC Unicorns, the shortstop, Alec Warden.
Home half of the 7th inning here in Norwich. It's a 3-1 lead for the host, as Alec Warden will step up to the plate to start the home 7th. Funny how that works, to make a nice play to end the inning. More times than not, you're going to be the one to lead it off, and that is the case for Alec Warden. Our apologies as we update our score bug. Little technical difficulties on our end. The full count delivery misses its ball 4. Warden draws a leadoff walk here to start the 7th. It'll mean a chance with the runners aboard for pinch hitter. It's going to be Kenny Noe. He is going to bat in the spot of the catcher, Joe Durso.
Number 10, Kenny Noe, Monmouth University.
There's the Monmouth product, Kenny Noe. Going is the runner, Warden. The throw to second is short of the second base bag. It's a swipe bag for Warden, and Norwich has a runner in scoring position. I think they're discussing potential catcher interference or interference from the batter, Noe. Not sure what the discussion down there is about. The count is 1 ball and no strikes to the pinch hitter, Kenny Noe, who has come in for Joe Durso. So we'll see what alignment changes Norwich will have in the top of the 8th inning when we get there. Conversation between the home plate umpire and Unicorns bench coach. Fans, now they're asking for a conversation between all the umpires. See if Warden is going to be forced to return to the first base bag. He was running on the pitch. He was in there safely at second, but I don't think he's going to be awarded the stolen base. We talked a little bit with Noe, and he loves to interact with the fans here at Dodd Stadium. Loves to flip them some souvenir baseballs, whatever it may be. But he enjoys just getting to play on this very field. The former home of the New York Yankees, Double-A affiliates, San Francisco Giants for a brief period, and then the latest was the Connecticut Tigers after the Defenders were here for just a short stay. But just trying to soak in the environment here at Dodd Stadium. He has been a steady presence in the early goings for Norwich. He's on a mini 3-game hitting streak right now. And now the argument prolonging here. Cannot believe that it's not a stolen base for Alec Warden. And now the conversation intensifying a little bit down there. And we will take a brief stoppage here as they continue to discuss things over.
It's the Make This the Summer event going on now at Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich. Make this the summer that you try something new and fun. Make this the summer you say I do to a new vehicle that you can custom order online at falveys.com or stop into the dealership. Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich, just down the road from Mohegan Sun.
Falvey's, you're gonna love it.
Trinity University, number 1, Aiden Stern. Stern now batting for Norwich.
So it's officially batter's interference is the call to Kenny Noe, so he's out. And it will bring up Aiden Stern. He will bat in the spot of Chase Chaplin, so another pinch hitter for Norwich as they will check in on the base runner, Alec Warden. He drew the walk. He thought he would have had a stolen base, but no, he interfered with the catcher Guerva of Vermont. Twin killing of sorts, if you will, for Norwich. They've had some difficulties. Not as far as really running into outs, because that wasn't the case of that right there, but just an unfortunate bounce that doesn't go their way. The count now 2 balls, no strikes to Aiden Stern. Stern out of Tufts University, South Salem, New York native. Hitting with 2 balls on him. No strikes. Count in his favor to the right-handed pitching reliever for Vermont, and they'll check back in on the base runner. Another disengagement there. The pitcher in the ball game for Vermont, that is a right-hander that's now in there. There's been plenty of changes throughout the ball game. It's outside ball 3. The new arm for Vermont is Brady Lane. Rising sophomore, 6 feet, 175 out of Brandeis University in Hingham, Massachusetts. Has the baseball for Matt Fincher now. Stern out of Trinity College. Attended Avon Old Farms before making his way to the NESCAC. And takes the first strike he's seen from Brady Lane. And there's ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk from the Brandeis product, and Norwich has them at first and second.
The center fielder, Anthony Toronto.
Lane so far with Vermont. He got roughed up in his last outing, and his ERA is fortunately now at 18. On the young season, and he offers in a strike to the leadoff man, Anthony Toronto. Both men aboard for Norwich have been via free passes, so some traffic for Toronto to break the game open here in the home 7th. From the belt, the 1-1 home from Lane. A breaking ball, it misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Norwich looking to get back into the win column here tonight. After dropping their home opener here Sunday afternoon, 6-2. Cut and a miss, and the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Toronto. Even count delivery. Upstairs, the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This past season at Brandeis, Lane pitched to a 5.09 ERA. He worked 23 innings in his season with Brandeis as a rookie. He is the count full on the leadoff hitter, Anthony Toronto, with runners at first and second and 1 out. Aboard at first is Aiden Stern, and the lead runner over at second is Alec Warden. They have plenty of speed behind them. A hit into the outfield could extend the lead here for Norwich. as they hold just a 2-run edge over Vermont. The right-hander set at the belt, and the full count pitch is drilled back, foul out of play. The battle continuing between Lane and Torado. Lead building as Torado again shoots another away foul. The 8th of the battle here upcoming between Torado and the righty Brady Lane. Righty on lefty here, and another full count pitch awaiting the Norwich center fielder with traffic on the bases, and now being chased back to second is Warden. Has to be weary of the pitch clock becoming a violation. It would load the bases in this situation on a full count. Torado takes the batting helmet off. He'll step back into the lefty batter's box. Everybody up on the Norwich bench on the first base side. The 3-2. Knocked away foul. We'll see the 10th of this battle. That's what you want out of a leadoff hitter. And Torado is forcing Lane to really have to battle here. In the 7th with just 1 out, he was really helped out to record his out. It was because of batter's interference. On 3-2. It's taken for strike 3. Torado sent packing as he takes a called third strike.
The second baseman, C.J. Nolan.
Here's the second baseman, C.J. Nolan. Torado fought hard. He lived for 11 pitches, but Lane wins it as he just rolls in the breaking ball to freeze him. Here's CJ with 2 on and 2 out. From a 3/4 arm angle, it's way outside, ball 1. Norwich has been held off the scoreboard since the 3rd inning. Now Nolan is crushing one into the left center field gap. Cavosa on the run. He makes the catch. Sam Cavosa cuts it down in the left center field alley. He robs Nolan and the Unicorns of extra bases and some extra runs. We are headed to the 8th inning when we come back on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Westfield, he allowed just 1 hit. He struck out 4. And there's a first pitch strike from the right-hander trying to breeze his way through the top of the 8th inning. There's a called strike, and he's now way ahead of Sam Cavosa. Cavosa just 1 for 3. He singled, and then he struck out and hit a comebacker to Matt Wooten, and then later was retired. This is a line shot. It's right at the third baseman, and there's the first out in the inning. Norwich has made some changes here defensively, and we will introduce you to all of the changes now in the ball game. As they have realigned the defense. Third base camera back up there. What a beautiful shot that is. We'll get that on our screen for you for everyone watching back home. The delivery from Camp, another first pitch strike He's over 90% on the season in first pitch strike offerings. It is why he's been so successful in his brief time in Norwich so far. The 0-1 inside, and the count is now even. Camp last time out on Sunday for the Unicorns. That came against the Worcester Bravehearts. That was on Friday, so our apologies on that. He's got the count now to 1-2. And that was the victory over Worcester. He's 2-0 officially. He went 2 innings against the Bravehearts his last time out. The 1-2 delivery. Bouncing ball over to short. Warden has it. He'll fire it across the diamond in time. Rivera's now the new first baseman for Norwich. And 2 up and 2 down for Camp here in the 8th. Two down for Sean McMillan. One ball and no strikes here to the Vermont designated hitter. He's reached on an air, he's singled to left, and he's also popped out. And he's got Cal leverage here on Ryan Camp. 2 balls, no strikes. CJ Nolan is now at third for Norwich. Warden is the shortstop. Aiden Stern at second and Rivera at first. The new catcher is Aiden Baglino for the Unicorns. The 2-0 delivery from Camp is a strike on the outside corner. Norwich outfield has been kept intact, about a brand new look across the infield, except for Alec Warden, the shortstop. There's ball 3. Aiden Stern is now at second base for CJ Nolan. So the official changes, Gabriel Rivera, he replaces Chase Chaplin. Aiden Stern will come into the spot of C.J. Nolan. Warden remains at short, and C.J. Nolan is the new third baseman. The right-hander on 3-1. That's a strike. Oh, it looked to be a strike. Tough borderline call. An edge pitch is going to result in a 5-pitch walk. And there's a 2-out base runner for Vermont here in the top of the 8th. Here's the shortstop, Brian Richmond. Camp, the new relievers out of Cheshire, Connecticut. He's 6'4" on the hill for Norwich. 185 on the scale. The first delivery home showing bunt. Trying to drop one down was the shortstop, Richmond. He's the cleanup hitter in the order for Vermont. Trying to utilize some small ball to manufacture offense. It's been tough to come by. Vermont has scored the last run in the game. It was in the 4th inning. Norwich jumped out early to a 3-0 lead. A run in the first 3 innings to build the early lead. And the slider's just low and in for ball 1. Camp this past season pitched to a 2.13 ERA at Roger Williams. In his career lifetime, in his first 2 seasons, it's a 2.67 ERA, and he gets a wave and a miss for strike 2. That time, Richmond was swinging away. He's 1 for 3 with a double down the line in left field. Camp trying to send Norwich to the bottom of the 8th inning, holding a 3-1 lead. The right-hander set at the belt from the first base side of the rubber. It's into the air, right field. Sweeney has it, and he will make the catch and end the inning. Around a 2-out walk, Camp avoids any danger, and the Scenic Horns have a 3-1 lead headed to the bottom of the 8th on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Sports.
Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
Peanuts is correct. Alrighty, next question. Available since its debut in 1952, what classic Hasbro children's toy is best known for its leading role in Pixar's Toy Story franchise? Mr. Potato Head is correct. And last question here, folks. Which of the following is composed of bone? Is it A, a narwhal tusk, B, a rhino horn, or C, deer antlers? Deer antlers is correct. Alrighty, 3 for 3. Back to you, Ed.
Well, thank you, Spencer. Nice job, Silas. What trivia is at Square Peg Pizza in Preston every Wednesday night? 10 seconds. Leading off for your Sea Unicorns, designated hitter, Jaden Novak.
Bottom of the 8th inning in the Rose City, and Norwich has a 3-1 lead over the Lake Monsters. It's Jaden Novak to lead things off for Norwich here in the home 8th. Brady Lane back out there for his second inning of relief. And this is hooked to third, and it's caught on the line. Novak hit it hard, but it was right at the third baseman, Barry. There's one down.
The first baseman, Gabriel Rivera.
Here's the third baseman, Gabriel Rivera. Aggressive on the first pitch. He's up empty, strike one. Rivera's embraced every moment so far on the Dodd Stadium soil. It's been an impressive start. It's a bouncing ball to third. Barry's been busy across the diamond. It's on the money, 2 gone. Well, Barry's fielded his position quite nicely over at third. Couple of plays his direction. He's had the answer. 2 up, 2 down. Lane is now up to 29 pitches on the night. Ball one's outside to Gavin O'Brien. O'Brien has drawn a walk. He's flied out to left field, and he's also walked. 2 walks for him. He's been a patient hitter at the plate. And he takes a pitch downstairs, ball 2. The first 3 have all missed the zone. 3 balls, no strikes. He had plenty of success at the high school level at East Lyme High School. He helped the team to the 2024 WNEPBL championship title. First team all NEPSAC honoree. A 2-time ECC first team honoree is a sophomore and a junior. He fouls away strike 1. From the right-hander, Brady Lane. The delivery home. Back to the screen, strike 2. The batter waiting on deck for Norwich is the Rutgers kid, Jack Sweeney. O'Brien trying to give him a chance in the last of the 8th. It'll be a safe situation in the 9th. The 3-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. So O'Brien down on a strikeout. The 9th inning is next when we come back. Norwich trying to lock it down here tonight at Dodd Stadium. You're watching the Norwich Unicorns on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Sports.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now pitching for your Sea Unicorns from the University of Connecticut, number 5, Gio Conti. Conti now pitching for Norwich.
It's the flame-throwing Yukon Husky Gio Conti, who has actually welcomed himself into the transfer portal. He's looking to find a new home, and tonight trying to help Norwich lock down the victory against Vermont and get back above 500. Gio's last outing for Norwich, it came against the Westfield Starfires. It was a rough outing for him. In that ball game against Westfield, that was back on opening day. It was the last time he has pitched. His only outing, he allowed 3 earned runs, a couple of hits. Trying to right the ship and give Norwich their 3rd victory of the season here tonight. Conti was an all-star last summer in the Rose City for the Sea Unicorns. As he gets things started with Connor Vercoloni on the first pitch. It's a fly ball. It's falling in a hurry. Sweeney closes the ground in a hurry, and there's one gone in the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out as Vercoloni flies out.
Your first baseman, Xander Meisner.
It'll bring up the first baseman, Xander Meisner. Strong start to the inning for Conti. And he was helped out nicely by Jack Sweeney. Fastball is upstairs, ball 1. Gio with Norwich as an all-star. He went 4-1 with a 3.24 ERA for Kevin Murphy's group. He struck out 27 in 34 innings of work. He's really found a home here in Norwich in the summertime. He has really enjoyed his time here, and he's looking to help Norwich get a win here at home for the first time in 2025. The 2-0. It's inside, ball 1. Conti, a native of Albany, New York. He put on 15 pounds this past year at UConn. He was trying to bulk himself up. You can find him in the weight room whenever he's here before games. He's going to try and strengthen himself. It's a 4-pitch walk. issue to Meisner, and that's a one-out base runner for Vermont. It'll mean a chance for Leandro Guerva.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Pitch running at first base for the Lake Monsters. Northeastern University, number 22, Tyler Harmony. Harmony now running at first base.
Tyler Harmony is going to be the pinch runner at first base for Xander Meisner. Here's the catcher, Guerva. From the belt, the delivery home is a good one. A fastball paints the outside corner. It's dotted by Conti. Double plays in order for Norwich here with one out and one on. Conti will check in with the pickoff attempt, and back in there safely is Harmony. Norwich has reconfigured their defensive alignment here in the late innings with the changes that they've made. It's an even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Conti looking in, trying to dial it up, the 1-1. Good off-speed pitch. It's rolled slowly. Warden charging in on it across the diamond. It's in time. 2 gone. And the Lake Monsters down to their final out tonight. Advancing to second is Harmony. It was a slow rolling ball to Warden, who was playing back at short. It prevents any chance of a double play. Conti trying to lock it down here tonight.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now batting with the second baseman, Teeter.
Pinch hitter now for Vermont.
Body now batting for.
It's Aiden Body, the rising sophomore out of Questra College, Wilmington, Vermont native. 6'3", 185, left-handed hitting. Pinch hitter will face Conti. He's the tying runner at the plate. But the Lake Monsters are down to their final out tonight here in Norwich. The first of a 3-game set. Tomorrow it'll be an 11 a.m. start for Education Day. The first one's in there for a strike. We'll be back on the wax on Wednesday against these Lake Monsters. 6:30 first pitch. That'll wrap up the 3-game set with Vermont. Conti ahead of Body, no balls, 1 strike. And now Vermont down to their final strike tonight. Good fastball with life on it from Gio. Norwich in the driver's seat here, looking to put the finishing touches on what has been a masterful pitching performance tonight. Baglino set up, and set at the belt is Gio Conti. The delivery home is dropped by Baglino. He missed this past season with Fairfield, who went on a NCAA tournament appearance run, and then they were eliminated in the first round. He got injured in the preseason, so he did not appear at all with Fairfield in the spring. Good to see him back healthy, and he's trying to help Gio lock it down tonight. On 1 and 2. Bouncing ball, it's foul, out of play. Body this past spring hit to the tune of a .404 average. He made plenty of noise at Questra College. Right now he's protecting with 2 strikes. The crowd on their feet at Dodd. Gio ready at the belt, the 1-2 home. This is launched foul, it's out of play. We'll try it again. Stick with us following the final out. It'll be the Capital Property Group post-game show as we'll break things down from what we hope to be a Norwich victory tonight. The Lake Monsters down to their final out. Everybody on the top step of the dugouts. The right-hander set at the belt. And with 2 strikes, the delivery home is up and away, and the count is even. He went to the changeup. Gio can touch 94 on the gun on his fastball. He's got good life on it. From time to time, he'll drop his arm angle to a 3/4 slot. He's about as unpredictable as you will get, and now he's going to ask for a new baseball. The runner in scoring position is Tyler Harmony. He is pinch running in the spot of Xander Meisner, who drew a 1-out walk. Body is pinch hitting right now for Xander Tidor. The 2-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Say good night to the Lake Monsters. Norwich locks it down tonight. Gio Conti's got the save. And Norwich back on track. They're into the win column. 3-2 now through their first 5 contests. These 2 teams will be back here tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. First pitch start on Education Day. Our coverage will kick off at 10:45 local time. We'll take a timeout. When we return, the post-game show is next right here on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on SN Sports on YouTube.
Fans, as you leave Dodd Stadium, make sure you get your ticket on our
Unicorn fans, want to watch the Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
The first half of the game, the second half of the game, we got sad.
Who really wanted with me? I'm at the top, that's 1, not 2 or 3. This real life, baby, no make believe. I just make it look easy like ABC. I'm on it 24/7, 25/8. I just pick up the pace and I violate. I eat it all up like a dinner plate. I been on the move like I'm running late. Left, right, left, let's go. I'm unstoppable. I got money flowing in case you didn't know. They used to doubt me, now I got them like wow. Making boss moves, I've been on a roll. I'm blowing up, gotta put them on hold. I am the bag, that's what I've been told. I keep my cool under pressure like a boss. I'm all in, it don't matter what it costs. All I do is win and look good from the top. Let's go. I am unstoppable. Okay. I am unstoppable.
Welcome back to the Capital Property Group post-game show. Time to meet tonight's player of the game, no question about it. Matt Wooten. He went 6 strong innings tonight for the Unicorns. He allows just the 1 run from the Vermont offense. He holds them to 6 hits, and he struck out 4 in his Norwich debut. The loss goes to Lake Monster starter Eli Fleming. He allows 2 earned runs, 3 runs cross the plate in 3 innings of work. He allowed just 2 hits. He walked 3 and did not strike out anybody. The walks were a problem tonight for Vermont pitching. They issued 6 overall in the ballgame. Gio Conti, he gets the save. Good news for him after a rocky first outing in Westfield on opening day where he allowed the 3 runs. He struck out a couple here tonight against the Vermont offense. He gets the save, his first of the summer, and Norwich now improves to 3-2 through their first 5 games. Norwich and Vermont back in action right here tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch. It's Education Day here at the ballpark, presented by the Pequot Museum. We'll take a timeout here on the postgame show. When we come back, we will break down our top plays of the ball game and some of our highlights from tonight's victory against Vermont.
It's the Make This the Summer event going on now at Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich. Make this the summer that you try something new and fun. Make this the summer you say I do to a new vehicle that you can custom order online at falveys.com or stop into the dealership. Falvey's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Norwich, just down the road from Mohegan Sun.
Falvey's, you're gonna love it. Buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
The Burns Agency is a full-service organization with insurance products ranging from business owner policy needs to personal insurance like home, auto, and umbrella. Some companies can make that a one-stop shop. That's why we value partnering with insurance companies like Arbella Insurance. Like us, they offer a range of insurance coverage for our valued clients. Having your most valuable assets covered by a single insurance carrier, serviced by a local agent, is priceless. The Burns Agency proudly partners with Arbella to bring you insurance coverage at competitive pricing. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Welcome back to the post-game show presented by Capital Property Group. Norwich winners here tonight. Their first win of 2025 here at home at Dodd Stadium. Tonight's Capital Property Group player of the game, it belongs to starting pitcher Matt Wooten. He goes 6 innings. He allows just 1 run on 6 hits. Here's a look at some of those highlights here tonight from the Eastern Connecticut State product. He was dialed in, locked at everything you'd want from him in his first appearance as a Scenicorn. He had the 4 strikeouts. That was one of those here tonight that began the outing, and he did not look back here tonight as Norwich continued after that strong outing from him. That is so important for him, especially this group, when you can control the opposing offense the way that he did, up and down, in and out, changing pitch speeds. He was all over the Vermont offense tonight. He was unpredictable, and he kept them off balance. And the Scenicorns tacked on some runs to support him, a run in the first, a run in the second, and a run in the third. That would be all the scoring here tonight for the Norwich Scenicorns as they take down Vermont. Final score 3-1 here tonight. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning. 10:45 the pregame coverage starts. 11 a.m. the first pitch as Norwich looks to make it 2 in a row here against the Lake Monsters. That's going to wrap things up for all of our crew here with SNSN making things possible. We thank you for joining us here tonight as well as tuning in on the Wax as well. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adam Plager saying so long and good night. A fly ball down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Soldier has the green light rounding third. He's going to come all the way home and score! The Norwich Scenicorns are back-to-back future league champions.